Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a review on a foundation that I have to say is probably my new favorite foundation. I just love how it makes my skin look, how it blends with my skin, the finish of it. I just really am enjoying this foundation, so I really wanted to share it with you guys and do a little review. I am wearing it today, but I'm not wearing, the thing I like about this foundation is you can build it up, so I'm not wearing a very thick layer of it. I just kind of put on one coat and it's pretty sheer, but I do really like this foundation. It is the Revlon Colour Stay Makeup for normal to dry skin. What I like is that they have a version for oily skin and a dry skin like this one here. I like when companies do this because sometimes foundations only work for a certain skin type, and I like when they make them work for both skin types. I'm going to be reviewing the dry skin one today because I do have quite dry skin, and this one sits really nicely on my dry spots, even like between my eyebrows or on my nose or on my mouth. It sits really nicely. It doesn't clump up on any dry spots, but you also want to make sure you're moisturizing before using this, because if you put it directly on those dry crusty spots, it might not look so flattering. So I always just like to moisturize before I use this foundation. But anyway, I have to say, this is my new absolute favorite foundation out of all the ones I've tried. I love how it sits. I love the finish of it. As you can probably tell, my skin doesn't look like dewy. I do have some highlight on my cheeks and down the bridge of my nose, but other than that, I didn't highlight any areas, so it does look very glowy, but not dewy. Not as dewy as if I was wearing a dewy foundation. So this foundation does have a satin finish. It's not matte, dewy, it's just a satin finish, normal healthy glow, I believe. That's what I would refer to it as. So on the back it says burst up to 24 hours, flawless look, lightweight feel. Does feel very lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin. I just love how it sits on my skin. I will bring you guys in a little closer so you guys can see how it looks on the skin, and yeah. Okay, so I just brought you guys in a little closer so you can actually see the foundation in action. My makeup today is really simple, but I just wanted to film this video because I did have the foundation on today, and I just wanted to show you guys how it looks. Yeah, so as I said, I have a thin layer on, so I mean not everything is fully covered up, but you can build this foundation up to a full coverage, which I really like, that you can kind of either go really light coverage to full coverage just by building the foundation up. But it sits really nicely on the skin and it looks really flawless almost, like you can't see it in any pores, in any fine lines. It honestly just looks great. As you can see around my nose, I do have a lot of dry spots and it didn't clump up anywhere. I think it's an excellent drugstore foundation. I paid $15 for this, so on the higher side of the drugstore, but you're paying for a really great foundation. This is in the shade, what shade is this? 200 Nude. Yeah, so they have a very good color selection. I hate when foundations have just 2 or 4 shades that you can pick from, because then you can actually find a good match. But this foundation does have quite a bit of shades. I feel like it has 8 shades in each skin type, so I think that's really great. The only thing I don't love about this foundation is it doesn't have a pump, so I just kind of pour it out. I usually am using a beauty sponge or a beauty blender with this foundation. I like the look a sponge gives me, so I just pour it on the sponge and apply it to my face. If I am using a brush, I like to use the Real Techniques buffing brush. Again, I just pour it on the brush, apply it to my face, and then buff everything out, and it looks good like that too. As you can see, you can't really see it on my skin. With other foundations I've tried, you can tell, oh yeah, she's wearing foundation. I mean, you can still tell with this, but it just gives your face a very nice platform to do the rest of your makeup on. I honestly really like this, and you could wear it you know, it doesn't look oily, it doesn't look too dewy, it doesn't look too matte. It's just a very healthy, glowy finish that I personally really like. I gravitate towards more dewy foundations, but this one I do really like because it's not too dewy. I find that most dewy foundations, they feel really heavy on my skin, and that's not something that I'm very into. This one doesn't feel heavy at all, and it just gives me such a beautiful finish. This is definitely one of my new favorites. I'll continue to use this, and you'll probably see me wearing it in a lot of videos because I do really, really like it. And yeah, I just think it's an excellent, excellent drugstore foundation. If a lot of people compare it to the Makeup Forever HD foundation. And I can see where they're kind of getting that from. I think if you have dry skin, this is a perfect foundation for you. I haven't tried the oily skin one, so I can't tell if I'd like that, but if you have tried it and if you do have oily skin and if you'd liked it, please comment that down below. I'd love to know how that works out for you guys. Honestly, I really like this foundation. It's not drying, it's not heavy, it wears forever. Like, it wears, I wouldn't say it wears 24 hours. I mean, I've never had it on for 24 hours, so I can't say if it does wear 24 hours, but I would say it wears quite a long time, and even when I come home at night, it doesn't look bad. Like, it still looks fresh, and that's what I really like about it. That's kind of one of the things that I really liked about it from the start. This foundation is super easy to apply. It distributes on your skin beautifully. It does tend to stain my beauty blenders or my sponges or my brushes, so you kind of need to work to get it out of your brushes or sponges a little more, but other than that, I think it's very, like, it's worth it, honestly. It applies very easily, and I don't think you could wear too much or too little with this foundation because it just blends and works with your skin. I love that it doesn't sit on top of your skin. I like that it doesn't sit on top of your skin. It just kind of blends with your skin and becomes one with your skin, so it doesn't look like I just piled on makeup and it looking cakey. You know, that's not what I look for in a foundation. I think this foundation really, really does a good job at blending with your skin. It applies really easily, as I said, and I honestly have no trouble with it reacting with other products and stuff like that, but I will update you guys if anything does happen. So I definitely recommend this foundation if you're looking for a great quality foundation that's from the drugstore. I highly recommend this one. And that was just a short little video. I just really wanted to tell you guys about this foundation and what it does and how it looks on the skin. I do have it on right now, as I said. I just think it looks amazing on the skin, and I will continue to use it and update you guys on it. But for now, I do really like this one. I've been using it constantly. It's one of my new favorites. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this short little video. Make sure to comment, subscribe, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!